Okay, let's go ahead and welcome Amisha Vora, Chairperson and MD at Prabhudas Lilladher. She is joining us on this leg of the show. Amisha, good morning. Great to have you on as usual. First things first, I have to start with the whole Adani news before we get to anything else, because MSCI just told us this morning that these revisions that they were planning on at least two of the stocks, they've been pushed to May. Do you think this is going to offer any kind of relief on these stocks? Do you think it'll have any impact overall on sentiment, positive or negative?
I would view that in extreme short term, yes, it would really give a little relief because the immediate change is postponed. But as you know that they will be looking at it in May, which shows that there is a hanging sword on the head as far as MSCI weight and resultant selling is concerned. So, it still will have to work at finding its own stability with and without MSCI reduction in weights.
Okay, all right. Hi, morning, Amisha. Good to speak to you as always. What about the new age themes? Out of nowhere, some of these themes have come back, and they've come back in style. Paytm case in point. What's your view on them? Do you like any of them?
So, it is not under our active coverage at this point of time. But on a very broader basis, one thing becomes very clear to us, that most of these new age plays do have a dominant position within the space that they are operating. They have raised money, so they have cash in the balance sheet. But above all, they've all realized that the next cash dose is going to be extremely difficult, and all are working on improvising their business model. So all these three, coupled with the fact that the valuations are down 70, 60 or 75%, on a broader basis augurs very well. Without coverage, the stock that we think is looking good maybe is Policy Bazaar, because within that space they have a very good niche positioning. Quite a few others I think also can turn around, but we would like to watch them for a quarter or two in terms of what kind of stability they are able to bring in their business model.
Amisha, just a quick word on some of the movers from yesterday, if you will. This is a space which took a knock after the budget, life insurance companies, but there are small bounces which are emerging. SBI Life, HDFC Life, and these names did well. Max Life, etc. Max Financial did well yesterday. Do you like this space? Have you added in this fall, or are you negative?
No, I think that the policy change which has come, which will have its impact next year, so earnings will continue to look muted. But a reaction also was very sharp. So we are looking at a kind of a bounce currently. But we are not going overweight at this juncture, and we continue to remain neutral on the sector because, this was a big chunk which was coming because there was a complete tax arbitrage which was going on. And it will have its impact, I guess.
Okay. Two other names. Apollo Hospitals. If you have a view, the management was with us, and the stock was one of the top gainers on the Nifty yesterday. The management did tell us that in the Apollo Healthco business, there are sort of peak losses. Things will improve, and of course they've promised the stake sale, which everyone has been waiting for, perhaps in the next 6 months. Probable. I mean, can't hold them to that. So that's one. And the other one is Borosil Renewables. Again, a company we had on the program yesterday. Did well. Numbers are okay. They said revenues will double in the first quarter of FY24. Your thoughts, both those names?
So Apollo Hospital is under our active coverage. And we understand and we are bullish on that. That is also amongst one of the key recommended stocks within this sector. I think what we've been really liking is that post-COVID, there is a base impact because of which in the hospital business, despite good margins, there is a YOY negative impact, but which will get smoothed out now on. And as what you very rightly said, these are the peak losses as what we've been guided in their 24/7 business. So next year there will be a positive base impact also on that. Plus, if divestment happens, we have a price target of close to about 5,400. So we continue to remain bullish on that space. Coming to your other stock, which Borosil Renewable, which is not under our active coverage, but having understood the business broadly, I think that they are also in a very good spot and they will continue to do very well.
All right, Amisha, very quickly, there's going to be a large trade on, on Interglobe today. The street was waiting for this. So the stock will be a little bit lower today. What's your view on the stock from here on?
So on a very broader basis, we have an accumulate on the stock, and we think that the economics are gradually falling in place. This block, I think, is a good thing that block gets away. It might take time for market post-even placement of block to adjust to this supply. But on a broader fundamental basis, we have an accumulate on the stock.